just when I thought that this show was starting to calm down just a little bit with the drama and chaos, wham! Here comes episode 9 to slap the dog shit out of my naive ass. So the episode starts off with me damn near having a heart attack.
Act 2, everyone. Troy, you're on.
Let's do this.
Oh, hell no. She said Troy, EJ. Why the f*** did you just stand up looking like you're ready to ruin my life? So let's rewind about 8 hours or so we can see exactly what led up to this atrocity. So we get to see Ricky practicing and preparing a song for Gina? Or at least I got my hopes up for about 3 seconds thinking it was Gina. Thanks, Big Red. I actually thought it was Nene originally, but the way that Ricky initially responded to Big Red asking if it was Gina, that made me think for a brief 2 naive seconds that it was. But no, the song is for Nene, obviously. And he's preparing to sing the song for her on opening nights because he's still thinking about that almost kiss. And you know Ricky, if a girl almost kisses him, he has to make an entire song dedicated to her, declaring his love. That's our Richard. Now, in his defense, Nene can't stop thinking about that almost kiss either. And she's also preparing to give Ricky a gift on opening nights. Some dog tag necklace thingy, I guess? Yeah. Rena shippers, brace yourselves. This is gonna be a very bumpy ride. Speaking of Gina though, since she can't make it to the play to play Taylor, Courtney is going to step in and play it instead. I'm proud for Courtney, but sad for Gina. So this is very bittersweet for me. So as Nene goes to give Ricky her gift, she ends up misreading the vibe in the room completely. Well, I mean, they both kinda did. Even though they both want to give each other gifts and get back together, they're both terrible at communication, so they kind of just both end up walking away confused. This is why communication is so important. Here you have two people that want the same thing, but because their communication is so embarrassingly terrible, they're both gonna remain single for another 13 seasons. So you wanna talk about misreading the vibe in the room. Oh God, Big Red.
Just be you, Ashlyn. You're enough.
Oh my lord. You really just gave her a high five as she was going for a hug, man? You know, a lot of fans of this show think you're gay. I tried to argue that it's not confirmed yet, but well, if there was ever a high five to confirm a man's gayness, that might have been it right there. Just saying. So, I really hope you're a Rene shipper, because now it's time to enjoy Ricky and Nene looking back and forth at each other for the next 5 minutes straight.
But unfortunately, she's on the East Coast and won't be able to make it.
With a boy and I, just the part we play for a moment, side by side,
If you're a Rena shipper, I advise you just open up another tab on your computer and just listen to the song. Trust me, you're not gonna miss anything you care about. So now it's time to get this show on the road. But first, we see Ricky's mom and dad make it to the play. And you can tell Miss Jen isn't too thrilled that she's there. Granted, she didn't actually come out and say that, obviously. But I'm pretty good at spotting jealousy. And trust me, she was jelly. But Ricky couldn't have been more happy to see his mom and dad back together. Just look at that smile. Take a picture, folks. That smile won't be there too much longer. So, in other news, Big Red completely sucks at his job. Literally the first thing you're told to do and you can't do it. Remind me how you got this role again? Can nobody else in here dim lights on command? Thank God Benjamin is here to save the day. Wow. Didn't think I'd ever say those words together in a sentence. So now it's time for the show. And we get to see Ricky and Nene perform together on stage in front of an audience for the first time. An audience that clearly isn't very hard to please.
Oh sure, lots. Yeah, my shower head is very impressed with me.
This audience is worse than the laugh tracks on Austin and Ally. So Courtney is in the back practicing the dancing that she's gonna have to do soon for her character, Taylor. And she's quickly learning that these dance moves aren't moves that you can perfect in such a short amount of time. Courtney might have the best voice in the group, but Gina has the best dancing. And Taylor needs to be able to do both. Get it together, Court! Now, luckily, Nene is nowhere near as much of a dick as I am. She's actually a very sweet and comforting friend, and she's trying her best to calm Court down and let her know that everything is gonna be okay. And if it's not, who cares? They'll go down burning together. You know, the more I see how real friends actually interact with one another, the more I'm starting to see why I don't have any. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to watch EJ play Chad.
Homework? There's no way.
Oh God. I know that wink to the audience was not in the script, so stop it. Now it's time for the only High School Musical song that I actually knew and liked before watching this show. Stick to the status quo. But before we get into all that, it's time for the return of Best Character.
We could just have Gina do it. Gina! Hi! God, what? Hi! Sorry, you guys, I don't want to interrupt.
You don't want to interrupt? What do you mean you don't want to interrupt? Girl, you're saving the show. The only thing that you're interrupting is this show being a failure. No offense, Courtney, I know you're trying your best, girl. Unfortunately, though, she doesn't seem to be back for good. So although this return is amazing and it did make me fangirl, it's still bittersweet. Not to mention, I wanted her to come back to play Gabriella, not Taylor, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. And listen, I know Rennie got most of the stares in this episode, but can we just appreciate the way that Ricky looked at Gina when he saw that she was back? It was a look of disbelief and relief at the same time. Or at least, that was my initial thought, but this next quote from Ricky really made me second guess that.
It's tough, you know, seeing Gina. It's like she never left. But I'm also not who I was a week ago. Or maybe I'm just back to who I always was. I don't know. Something's different.
What the f is that supposed to mean? Okay, let me not be so hostile, but I'm just not a big fan of cryptic, vague talk when my ship is involved. But it sounds like, to me, translation here, I'm back on Nene's d. So anything I felt for you a week ago is kind of irrelevant now. I mean, am I wrong? Somebody tell me I'm wrong. I mean, I don't know, but I just wasn't feeling the way that he was talking to Gina in this scene. I can't tell if he's forcing himself not to care, or if he just doesn't care. Or maybe he just truly doesn't know how to say goodbye, or maybe he just really doesn't want to. But I do know that it damn near broke my heart seeing Gina say goodbye, watching Ricky walk away.
Gotta go.
Bye.
This better not be the last we see of Rena. Ending a ship with so much potential before it even really gets started would be a terrible move. Even if the end game is Rennie, putting them back together this early just feels so wrong to me. It feels too quick, unless they're not in game, in which case it feels just right. Now, it's possible I'm misreading this entire situation. Maybe I'm no better than Big Red, Nene, and Ricky in that department. I mean, let's hope so. So the episode ends with Nene finding out that Courtney invited someone from the art school that Nene was looking at to the play. And Nene actually took this better than expected. She's actually really excited and ready to impress. A lot better than I would have took it. I would have immediately had a panic attack after I proceed to slap the out of my friend for putting me in this situation. So here comes the most ironic part of the whole episode. Ricky is singing a song about getting your head in the game as he proceeds to do the exact opposite as soon as he sees his mom's boyfriend is also at the show. Oh, Ricky, your lyrics are filled with nothing but lies. Now here comes the most interesting part of the whole episode. Once Ricky finds out who is in the crowd here to watch Nene, he realizes he's way too much of a wreck expect to perform the next act correctly. So he offers the part of Troy to EJ because he knows how important this is for Nene, and he refuses to be the guy that messes this up for her. Wow. I don't even know what to say to that. First of all, Ricky, you're amazing. Probably my favorite Rini moment, even though Nene wasn't even there. That probably says a lot now that I think about it. But anyways, I originally hated this when I saw it at the beginning of the episode. But the more I thought about it, I mean, yeah, I don't like EJ and Nene together. They were a big reason that I started shipping Ricky and Nene in the first place, because they were the better ship by default. But if EJ could somehow come back into the picture and get Nene's attention again, that could leave Ricky single and available, which means when Gina inevitably comes back, you guys get where I'm going with this? Not that I actually trust EJ to be able to win her back. I mean, we all saw how that worked out the first time. But unfortunately, he may be our best shot. God, that just hurts so much to say. We're doomed. So, yeah, people, that was the episode. Oh my god, oh my god. I think out of every episode this season so far, this was the episode that just probably had me the most in my feels, because it was just, there was so much going on in this episode. Like, I feel like compared to last episode, maybe even like the last 2 episodes, like I thought the show was starting to kind of, you know, come back down a little bit after it started off really heavy with the drama. Maybe bring it back down a couple notches, but no. Silly Smurf. This episode just threw everything at us. Everything. And just expected us to take it. Expected us to handle it. This show doesn't give a f. Okay? This show doesn't care about your feelings. Okay? This show is gonna do whatever it wants, and it just expects you to be able to take it. Okay? Take it or die. It doesn't care. And you know what? I respect that. I respect that. And I do know what my favorite part of the episode was. It was when Gina came back. And even though, you know, the episode had a lot I mean, obviously it was very heavily Rini based. But it didn't annoy me too much. I mean, like I said, like I keep trying to remind you guys, I actually don't hate Rini. I don't. You know, it's not like, for those of you that have been following me for a long time, it's not like Ruckus in Girl Meets World, or it's not like Jandy and Andy Mack. It's not like that. They're just simply in the way of what I want. Which is why which is the only reason that, you know, they annoy me really at all. So besides that, I can watch their scenes usually and not get too annoyed by it. And they weren't that bad in this episode, you know. They weren't that bad. You know, some of their looks that they gave each other was kind of intense, a little bit. I already know what a lot of your guys' favorite moments in this episode was. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it on the screen right now and I'll be right back. God, I love water. You guys seem like you could use some too. Thirsties. But yeah, people. This episode was amazing. I mean, it kind of almost felt like a season finale, honestly. I kind of expect an episode like this to be an episode, you know, the episode 10. So I'm not really sure. I haven't seen the promo yet, so I don't really know what the next episode is going to be about. I'm just hoping that, I don't know, I'm guessing they're probably gonna have Gina come back at some point, somehow during season 2. I'm not too worried about that. Actually, I'm pretty sure, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that Gina is going to be in season 2. So, I'm pretty sure we don't have to worry about that. I'm just hoping that season 2 ends in, or not season 2, I'm hoping that this season ends in a way that just kind of leaves the door open for Rini to possibly happen in the future. Even if it's just for a minute, man, like, I think it would be so lame to put Rennie back together this early and then just have them be together until the end of the show. That would be just so lame. I mean, even Rennie shippers, I mean, is that what you want really already? You want them to get together right now and just stay together for the rest of the show and just have that be it? Come on, be honest, be honest. That's boring! Okay? But yeah, people. We got one more episode to go in the season, and then hopefully we don't have to go on too much of a hiatus. Like, hopefully it's not too long. But I have no idea. I mean, for all I know, we won't be getting season 2 until next year. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. But if you guys do know, let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode, people. And yeah, one more episode to go. I can't wait to see it. But I think I've talked enough in this video, people. I think I've rambled enough in this video. So, you know, I think that I'm done talking. Until next time.